about some of the do's and don'ts with your parakeet cage. We're going to be talking about cage liners, cage covers, all different types of cages, what cage is best for you, what cage is best for different birds. So yes, I really hope you like this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, because we are currently up to 7 subscribers, which makes me so happy. I'm really happy because we have 7, yay! I know like some people are like, yay, I have 1 million, but I'm like, yay, I have 7. So yeah, I'm really happy. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. So I really hope you like this video, so let's get started. Okay, so this is Juniper's cage. As you can see, it is very large for only one parakeet. So it's almost as tall as me actually. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is parakeet cage size. So this is one of the things that a lot of people struggle with, like in finding the right cage and finding the best one for their price range. This cage, it came from Amazon.com, an online shopping center, and it was $95. So it was more on the expensive side for a bird cage, but this cage, I think it's stainless steel, I don't know, but it's a very durable metal, and this cage could fit up to 10 parakeets. So yes. My travel cage, it's for Juniper. It's about the size of a regular cage for some people. But it's, as you can see, it's very small. So don't use this as a regular cage because it's very small. So yes, he absolutely loves this cage. It is like his dream cage. Like, he loves it. So the regular size for a cage for a regular parakeet is 18 by 20 by 18. So as you can see, Juniper's cage is definitely bigger than that. So yeah, I think we're good on that. But a lot of people get smaller cages than that, and that is just, it's very unfair to the parakeets because they have to be trapped in this tiny itty-bitty cage for most of their life, because as much as you take them out, as much as you play with them outside of the cage, they're still going to be inside this cage for most of their lives. So I wanted to get one that is as big as possible for our price range. We actually ended up spending a lot more than we bargained for, but I think it's very good because because he absolutely loves it. Sometimes he doesn't even want to come out because he wants to stay in so much. So a lot of people, I'm sorry. So most people, whenever they're going to get a bird, they get one from a pet shop like Petco, PetSmart, which is totally fine. I just don't I love PetSmart, Petco. They're super great for animal supplies and getting things for your animals, but I just don't recommend getting your animals there because most of them are mass-produced animals, so they're not the best and they're not as healthy as some other animals you could get from a private breeder like we got him from. So, well, actually we got him from a pet shop, but they had their birds from a private breeder. It was a small-town pet shop and they had their birds from a private breeder. So yeah, I'll get it there. Most of the cages at pet stores, you can find them like PetSmart, Petco, they are very small. So I saw someone on YouTube, and they had gotten, actually most people on YouTube that have birds, they get their cages from PetSmart and Petco, and they had gotten the extra large, and it was like barely over the minimum. And they were like, yeah, this is actually kind of on the big side. So it was actually very small. It was like less than a fourth of this cage. So I do not recommend getting cages at the pet shop, at the pet store you're getting your bird from under any circumstances, because they will most likely be very expensive and very small. So that is one of the aspects you have to think about when buying a pet cage. Some other aspects you need to think about whenever buying your parakeet cage is depth. So depth is kind of like this, not like that, but like kind of like deep depth. So birds need depth in their cage. That is one thing that they absolutely need, because well, budgies in general, but budgies, because I cannot speak today, because budgies, they cannot just fly up and down, because most people get very tall cages, but not to width or depth. They just have very large cages. And so you need to have that aspect of like deepness in your cage, because they cannot fly up and down. Like finches and canaries, they fly up and down regularly, but budgies, they fly side to side. So you cannot get one that is super, super tall and has no kind of like depth. So Juniper's cage has a lot of depth, so he will actually fly from like this perch down here to that perch in the corner to this rope perch to that one. So he doesn't fly straight up, because budgies just don't fly straight up. It's not really their thing. They fly more side to side. So he can fly horizontally, or he can fly side to side. Like he has two perches right here, so he can fly side to side. So that is something you definitely need to think about whenever getting a cage. Oh, I can't speak. Taking a lot of breaths, right, Junie? You want to say hi? Step up. You want to say hi? No. He like got on my finger though. It was like, no, I'm not saying hi. You want some millet? You want some millet? Here. No. He's like, no. He understands what I'm doing. He's like, I am not coming. Oh, there you go. He doesn't want any. That's okay. I fed him some earlier. So yeah, that is basically all of the aspects you need to think about whenever getting a cage. Okay, so that's basically it for the exterior. So that's basically it for the exterior. Let's kind of get into the interior part. So, two things that are not optional are perches and toys. A lot of people actually don't think about this whenever they're getting their bird, but these are actually most of the important part. Like some people just put their bird in a tiny cage with like one toy, maybe one tiny perch, which is not good at all for the bird. Toys are what is going to keep your bird active and still thinking and doing things whenever you're not in the room and not able to socialize with them all day. So currently we have, you want to go out? Come here, say hi to the camera. Come here. So this is my dog, by the way. He's a baby. I love you so much. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? His name is Bob. Okay. Go be free. So I have 7 toys in Juniper's cage right now. You can get very good prices on them in some pet stores, but most of them are very, very expensive. And so like some macaw toys can even get up to like $100, and the macaw like tears up in like 2 days. So I definitely recommend that you go online and do your research before getting just random toys, so that you can get like the best toys that isn't expensive. And so yes, we got one of these toys from PetSmart. I don't know if you can see it or not. We got it from PetSmart and it was $3, so it was kind of good. But we got like a pack of 7 toys for like $13 on Amazon.com, the same place where we got this cage. So I definitely recommend doing your research. So perches also. He has 4 perches in his cage right now. 2 natural perches, 1 rope perch, and 1 dowel perch. I did not make the dowel perches main perch because dowel perches, they basically make your bird's feet go like this all day in the same position. So your bird's feet need to be a lot of different textures and different like angles, so that so that there's no arthritis, no bumblefoot, a lot of other bird feet related diseases. And so I definitely recommend lots and lots of different kind of perches. Do not get sandpaper perches though. Those perches are basically sandpaper and ground up glass made into a perch. I mean, would you want to be sitting on ground up glass and sandpaper all day? No, and neither does your bird. So I definitely recommend rope perches. You need to have at least 1 rope perch, even if it's small. It's very soft on their feet and they love it so much. And that's actually his main perch. He loves like going up and down it. It's so cute. So I also recommend ladders and swings. Ladders and swings are not considered toys, but they do work as toys. So he has 1 ladder and 1 swing right now, and he was actually just playing on his ladder a minute ago. He's so cute. So adorable. So the next thing you're going to be needing to think about is what you're going to use to line the cage. So cages will come with these little trays. This is the one from his travel cage. And basically they will catch the droppings, so they don't go on the floor or anywhere else. So I do not recommend just putting this in your bird's cage and then you'll have to scrub off the droppings, which is not fun. So yeah, don't do that. So I use newspaper because it's the easiest to find. It's very inexpensive and it just fits in perfectly. So some people use printer paper, which is totally fine. You'll just be spending a lot more money on it. And some people use shavings, like wood shavings, which are not good at all for birds. I do not recommend them at all. Like, you can do them for like other animals. I haven't researched them very much, but they're not good for birds. A lot of them can actually, like, the scent of it, the wood can rise, and it can mess up your bird's nasal passages. Like, basically his nose, his nair, and they can mess up your bird a lot. Like, it's just very bad for your bird. So, if you're going to use wood shavings, that's fine. You'll just be spending a very lot of money on them. But please, please, please do your research, because some people just throw a bunch of wood shavings in there and, like, yeah, it's fine. And then your bird can end up dead, which is not good. So, yeah. Isn't that right, baby bird? So another thing you're going to have to consider is bath time. So, I'm spilling this everywhere. So this is Juniper's bath. It's actually a covered seed feeder, so that if you put it down below and they poop, then the poop won't go into the seeds. So I use this for water, and we got it at our local PetSmart for like $8. So you can actually get regular bird baths for like $12, but this is a water feeder, and it does the exact same thing for like $8. So I definitely recommend one of these. It just clips onto this cage. I use the little doors on the sides, and then I just kind of put it in there like that. Or I'll clip it on the inside, because this one actually clips on the inside like this. And so I clip it on the inside. And so yeah, another thing to think about, if your bird doesn't like regular water, you can use a spray bottle. So Juniper loves this. This is the main way he takes baths. And so he was actually taking a bath earlier today because he hasn't had one in a while. So it's very good for your bird. They love it, and they love being sprayed by it. Most birds do. Some birds don't. Another thing that you can do is, like, bringing your bird into the shower with you. You can set them on top of, like, the bathroom, like, the shower curtain. So, yeah, you can put them on top of a shower curtain or something, or you can put them in a travel cage. And basically, you take a hot shower, and the mist or the steam can hit them, and it gives the same effect as them taking a bath. So, it's super awesome. So, the final thing we're going to be talking about in your bird cage is feeders or bowls. So, oh baby, you're so scared. So this is Juniper's stainless steel food bowl. I recommend stainless steel food bowls just because they're so much easier to clean. They don't get contaminated like plastic bowls do. This is one of the ones that came in this cage. It's super cute, actually. Just wish it was metal, because plastic, they can be contaminated with droppings, feathers, seeds, not seeds, I guess. Yeah, water bowls, yeah. So I do not recommend plastic ones under any circumstances. And plus, these are so much easier to clean, and you can tell when they're dirty, and it's just so much easier. It actually has some spring lettuce and some peppers in here right now. Okay, so now I'm going to show you his water feeder. It's okay. How do I... Can't get this. It's okay. There we go. It's okay. So this is his water feeder. As you can see, it is not a bowl. This is a water feeder, and we got it at our local pet shop. And it was about $3, I think, very inexpensive. And they basically dispense the water through gravity. But you're going to have to check the water daily, though, to make sure that it's still dispensing, because sometimes they can get stuck and not dispense water, which would be bad for your bird. So yes, these are so much better. I rinse it out every day, so it never really needs to be washed because I rinse it out daily. And so I definitely recommend these two things for your bird. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at holding this. So he really likes his water feeder. He likes chewing on it too, actually. It's really fun for him. So I think both of these are very, very good. Yeah. Especially this. So, yeah. Those are the things you need to know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry, I don't have my, like, tripod thing. Yeah, tripod. I really hope you enjoyed it. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. And please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And turn on the notification bell if you want to get notified when we post brand new videos. Goodbye, guys.